Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. Hi. I'm running late today, y'all. I'm running late. We're fine. It's chilling. We're here. It's okay. I made it. It's fine. Don't start without me. We're fine. I just sat down. I literally just sat down. Hi, everybody. Dude, I was literally recording a clip until 11:45 when I start stream, and I was like, oh god, I have to start the stream right now. And then I was like, I need to go do this and this and this and this. Yeah, my bad. It's fine. It's one of those mornings. But we're here, we're chilling, we're in. Dude, we're locked in. We're locking in, we're digging today. So much locking in and so much digging. Arcane Knight, how we doing? Ninjan, what's up? Megan, hello. Waffle, hi. Kiwi, you're up early today. Welcome on in. Super Taco, what we doing? How we doing? Hello. Hi.
Pleased
Speaking of which,
6 months of digging hype.
thank you, ye old envelope, for the 6 months, dude. Robin, thank you for the 58 months at tier 2 as well. Right before I even got here. Thank you so very much. Fenna, thank you so much for the 4 months. Emmy, thank you so much for the 9 months. We got Eiffel Alex, thank you so much for the 5 months. We got Stam with the 17 months. Thank you so very much, dude. And with the redirect over on the YouTubes, I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Hi, everybody. How we doing? Waffle, thank you for the 5 months, my dude. Thank you so very much, everybody. How we doing today? Did you watch MCC? I did not. No, I haven't followed TwitchCon at all outside of a little bit of the stuff that we're not going to get into talking about today because this isn't the space for that. But yeah, TwitchCon doesn't seem like it's going to be ending over so well this year. But we're not getting into that on stream. Crimson, thank you for the 11 months, dude. Thank you. I don't know why the YouTube stuff isn't popping up. I don't know. Oh, well, there it goes. I did Waffle. I'm sorry, but I don't. Yours didn't go to the queue for some reason. Maybe it will randomly later. Crimson, thank you so much for the 11 months. Mr. Gecko for the 7 months. Kiwi for the 22, almost 2 years. Thank you, Menina, for the 29 months. Whoa, y'all are coming in hot today. Hey, Tuxie, how we doing? I'm doing pretty well over here. I had a great weekend. I had a really good weekend. It's been beautiful here. We did an awesome little dog walk yesterday.
Hi, fWhip.
With some family today? And did that. It was super fun. And just like, it's like full perfect fall colors here. The trees are just like the most vibrant they could ever be. So it's a little chilly, but it really hasn't started raining too much yet. So none of the leaves are just starting to fall. But oh my god, dude, it was beautiful. I'm sorry, Waffle. I don't know why it didn't pop up.
Pleased to meet you.
But you made it for once, so I appreciate you.
Just in time
That's what
to
Waffle
press
said,
the like
not me.
button. Underscore everything.
Ninjan, thank you so much for the donut. I appreciate that. Thank you. Sinius, thank you for the 3 months. Yeah, make sure y'all click the like button if you have not already. I very much do appreciate it. Currently grinding librarian trades. Ooh, Ollie, have fun. Been loving fall so far. It's been so good here in the PNW. It's been a beautiful fall. It's been really fun. You start hosting build competitions in your Discord server. For an example, the month starter house where we vote. We do build competitions every once in a while for the members community. For people who have access to the server, we do build competitions on there that people can make stuff in the creative plot world. Whenever we find like a new end stronghold, or we have like a community mob grinder or something, then the community can go through and people can design one, and then whoever wins, they then get to build it in the world. So I do that, but I do not have the free time to host any build competitions myself. So I got too much time going on and doing all this stuff. How did you save your world in case your PC go boom boom? I have backups in Google Cloud. So every week or so I make a new backup and I throw it into Google Cloud, and I also throw it on a separate hard drive that I have. So I have the backup on my solid state drive, I have a backup on my hard disk drive, and I have a backup in Google Cloud. So I have 3 different spots where I have my world saved. What's it like to have fall colors? Texas is mostly brown where I am. Yeah, sorry, Rhiannon. I'm not the best one to ask though. I'm partially colorblind, so you know I don't get the full experience, but I do enjoy it still. Caitlin, welcome on in. Good to have you. Hi. Normally we just get yellows. Yeah, we were driving yesterday to go meet up for the dog walk yesterday morning, and we were driving by this tree that literally just looked like fire. Like it was like the yellows on the bottom going into orange, and the top was, or no, it was like red on the bottom going to orange, and then to yellows on the top. Just looked like a full-on just like plume of fire. It was so cool. Talgan, thanks for the 3 months, by the way. Thank you. Will you ever rebuild the ancient city? Probably not. I just don't really like digging underground that much. Planning any autumnal builds for your world? Not right now. I got so many big projects I'm working on right now. I do have a forest build I'm working on designing, which has been really fun, but I'm not quite there yet. But we should probably get in and start getting some stuff going. I was just chilling on Happy Gast Boyo here. This little annoying dude. A point of humor, episode 1 of the series showed up in my feed today. I don't know if that's humor. That's just a sign. You gotta go rewatch it all, obviously. May, thanks for stopping by. You have a good one. Link always makes fun of me because I have a copy of my world on 5 separate flash drives. Okay, 5 separate flash drives is a little overkill, Daphnis, but I get it.
Nights whilst I watch.
Gembriel, thank you for the 15 months. Have fun. I also have the battery backup now, which feels so much safer. Yeah, I still need to get one of those. I have not done that yet. For those who are unfamiliar with this, we have been working on tearing this mountain down. I have the Lightmatica turned on right now. So everything that is within kind of all of the purple blocks that you saw, that all needs to get destroyed. So fWhip is a dwarf confirmed. No. I'm not digging a hole. I'm digging a mountain. It's different. Ugh. No. But yeah, so I've also been coming over here, and I want to move all of our shulker boxes. I need to finish clearing all of these out before we get going today. All of the empty ones I want to move up top because this is getting a little spooky down here. I'm not having a good time. We also need to take all of the full ones back. And then I want to go get more empty boxes because now we have so many that we can craft. That I figured we could probably do a little bit of work on this over here to, you know, get the life organized a little bit more. So we'll take that. Hell of a shulker monster. Yeah, Grayson, it's a big one. Wait till you see how much I've already put away. This is the second or third mountain being destroyed. I think this is mountain number 2. Mountain number 1 is that. That used to be it. That's the snowy slopes biome. I don't think we've destroyed another mountain. That one we rebuilt the top of, but that was more of a hill. Have you watched The Lord of the Rings? If you do you think you'll ever something like the Shire in your world? I've seen The Lord of the Rings I saw The Lord of the Rings in theaters. Oh, that was a vibe. But no, I don't really tend to build a whole lot of stuff inspired by Lord of the Rings in my world, with the main reason being that a lot of stuff you see in Lord of the Rings I think is absolutely awesome. Like, it's really cool, but it's also so iconically Lord of the Rings that I feel like there's these expectations that come with it if I were to do anything related to it. That
Celsius acquired. Enema on my side. I am ready for stream fWhip.
Frenchman, thank you for the 1,135 bits. How you doing? Thank you so very much. Also, hi, Enema. But welcome on in. I didn't need to bring all these empty boxes back with me, but I did. That's fine. Anyways, Lord of the Rings. I typically don't build a whole lot of stuff from Lord of the Rings. Also, much more important, I'm building a new shulker monster on my porch. No, I cleared it all. I did it over the weekend. I said I would. But yeah, I tend to not build Lord of the Rings stuff, mostly because I feel like there's a lot of expectations from it, and I also feel like in Minecraft it's been done a million times over, so I tend to just not. Yeah, I don't know. No, absolutely no hate or anything towards Lord of the Rings. I think that stuff's awesome. I just like to envision new stuff where I don't feel like we get a whole lot of that because Lord of the Rings stuff has been done so many times in Minecraft. One thing I always notice is the river below the map castle bridge. Do you plan on rebuilding it? That's an eventual yes. It's not really like a happening anytime soon though. Can these squeeze into any of these? Haha. Well, that's an empty. Where's that snow one? I think all of this can go all in here. Yeah.
Pleased to meet you.
That's close enough to take it back. Anything else that's partially full? Oh, no, there's the rest of the snow. Hee. Oh, I'm gonna be just shy, dude. Bummer. Bummer. Josephine, thank you for the 5 months. How you doing today? Thank you, everybody, for the support today. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. I want to let you know that I love your content. Always looking forward to Thursdays. Hey, thanks, dude. Appreciate that.
Pleased to meet you.
Actually, this one here not being full, we can throw those 2 in. That guy's close enough. Ninja, thanks for upgrading to the tier 2 membership. If you want to jump on the server or anything, make sure you join the Discord. I'm lurking today. Sadly, a joint pain day, so we're here for the chill vibe. Also, Kiwi Guava Celsius for me. Galaxy vibe for me. I've been trying to cut down on the Celsius. I've been cutting down a bit and drinking more tea in the morning. I was finding that I was getting like really antsy, like not fun. So I've been cutting back on the Celsius because I think it was just like starting to get
much love,
a little too much for me. So I'm taking a break for a bit. Okay, there's all of this. There's an empty that I could have moved up, and a snur can go here too. Do you have any tips for editing videos? Find your own style. And I would say if you're looking for tips on how to use, I would watch some videos for like tips on how to use programs more efficiently. If you're brand new, I think that is actually very helpful. But it's kind of hard for me to just give them over stream. I would say the most important part of a video is audio quality. You need to have clear audio quality. Whatever you need to do for that to make your environment have less background noise, less echo, whatever it is, I would recommend doing that. Even just getting a pillow and setting it in front of your microphone, or even you can use like egg carton shells. Like, I know eggs are a little expensive nowadays, but you can go eat all of the eggs out of a carton that you buy, and then you can keep the carton and then, you know, get more value out of it. And, you know, and then you can throw that up on the wall, and it can actually cut down a lot of echo. It's really good sound paneling, surprisingly. Okay, we are going to that guy could have went back. He's gonna go there. Stone's gonna sit over there. Yeah, learn one thing per video and do it well. That's good advice, honestly, Rofo. Do you voiceover on your videos? I do a mix. I do a lot of active recording clips, and then I do a lot of voiceovers. So all the time-lapse are voiceovers and whatnot. I only have mine when I join stream, so it's like max 3 times a week. Yeah, I think I'm moving to only drinking them if I'm streaming or something. Ew, why do I have... No, I don't have both clouds. There's just 2 sets of clouds. I was like, why do I have 2 clouds going? No, it's just a cloudy day in the Minecraft world. Foam cartons or the cardboard ones, either can work. I think the cardboard ones are technically better, but I believe either can work. We're just gonna completely fill up here on shulker boxes again. This guy can actually go down. And that. There we go. My mom actually sells eggs, so I have a ton of empty egg cartons. Yeah, they work great. I got that tip from Wells Night back in the day. and I've never tried it, but I've recommended it to a few friends because I know Wells Knight is a bit of an audio head. And so he recommended it. I passed it along to a few other people, and they actually end up using it. We're like, wow, this works out really well. Okay. We're just gonna make a giant mess of empty shulker boxes here. Cool. Quick tool check. How are we doing on these bad boys? Only 2 pickaxes are actually broken down, so that's great. We can dig. Have you ever been recognized in public? I have a few times, yeah. What's your record of being shulker monster free? Probably like 45 minutes of gameplay. I don't know. Are you friends with Scar? I am, yeah. I don't get to talk to Scar as much as I would like, but I would say we're friends. My OCD, you're not helping fWhip. Dude, they're all empty. How is there any OCD? All of these are empty except that one. What, it's not a perfect box? You want me to go get another 4? No. Deal with it. Learn to live with things not being perfect. What do you use for the clouds? Better clouds. Okay, so I've decided we are changing things up today because I need the dopamine hit of we actually finish sections. So we are going to today, to get started, we're going to mark a line here all the way back to the beacon. And then we're going to take this directly out to the coast, well, to the river, and we're going to mine this entire section all the way down. Instead of doing what we've been doing where we've been 3 layers off the top, that's starting to get boring. I can't do that anymore. I need to be able to be like, yeah, I've finished a section. So instead of doing that, we're going to start just taking a chunk. We did this on the last mountain, and I feel like it helped me feel like it was going a lot faster and that I was completing more.
Pleased to meet you.
We're going to do that again here. Our goal today is going to be this entire chunk going all the way down.
Pleased to meet you.
Lizosaurus, thank you for the 49 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Backen, thank you for the 8 months. Appreciate it. And Frizia Johan, thank you so much for the 10 months. Much love back to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I wasn't subscribed. Your tree. You have the perfect fall tree right now too, Liz. Look at that orange tree. I don't know why I'm doing this here. We can take the whole thing down. I don't understand what's causing that. Is it the items? It is the items. Is there an item? I think it's an item. Sorry, I've been trying to diagnose where these weird armor stands are appearing from in my world. And I think some mod is somehow like items are being rendered in by an armor stand. Good advice for all large packs. Sometimes breaking it up into doable chunks keeps the motivation. Yeah. Sometimes you just literally need to be like, you know what? I'm tackling this from a different angle. And then it feels so much easier. That can be the whole problem from stopping like a big project from being done, is just however you think you should tackle it is not the way that you actually should tackle it. Yeah, YouTube, click the like button if you haven't already. I appreciate ya. Love ya. Thank ya. I don't know where I'm going with that. Maybe it's so you can see them. Yeah, but it's so distracting looking. I don't like it. Alright, we don't need that on for a while. We can take this down like 10 layers before we need that. We're already almost full on the inventory. Nice. I guess I can put you in there. Get an extra stack going. How was everybody's weekend? Do we have good weekends all around? B, not having to do classwork and watch Flipper instead. Hi, Jinxie. You have to employ Pixarus come clear some chunks. True. Bias Blind Spot. Thanks for the 10 gift memberships, dude. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This all can go right here. I'm recovering from being ill still. Oh. I'd like good type of ill, like you ill, or like I'm sick. Chunk is too big, break down into slice, make brain happy. Yeah. Do whatever, make brain happy. It's simple advice, and it usually works out. Do whatever, make brain happy without negatively impacting other people brain happy. Chest infection, oof. Yeah, that back to school season with kiddos, I'm sure is it's just every time everybody starts getting sick as soon as the kiddos are back in school. I just finished the manor I was building last weekend. I haven't put in windows or doors yet though. I mean, that's fine. It's an open air concept, you know? Hour drive to Missouri on Saturday and another 12-hour drive back home on Sunday. Oh my lord, no thank you. That sounds rough. I do not like driving that much. I can do like a 4-hour drive and one like each and back like for a weekend, but anything more than that, nah, I'm just staying extra time if I can. I've not lost my voice, unfortunately, for some, so that's a positive. Gonna come and compete with Sick Gem for who has the saddest voice. And what, B-Dubs had one recently where he was just fully sounding awful. I feel like for me, I will just, usually when I'm sick, I sound just super congested. I don't really often get sick to the point where I'm just like, my voice changes a bunch outside of just sounding super nasally. So usually when that happens, I'm just like, nah, it's not recording. You finished Hollow Knight? I have not yet. I feel like I'm getting so close. I found the arena last night. And so I did the first round of that. And then I'm still stuck at the point, and this isn't me asking for spoilers. I'm playing through blind and I'm enjoying it. But I'm still stuck at the point where I can't get past those black walls. Like they're like the little like air like black, like they're like the vertical ones that like just like it looks like an energy barrier that's like the black smoky stuff. I can't get past those. I did just beat Hornet for the second time, or maybe the third time, I can't remember, but like up on top of the mountain where then you can go and get the King's Brand. So I got through that, and then I found the arena. And so I feel like there's now something I need to go figure out where I use the King's Brand at. That's my next exploration point. Arda, thank you for the 33 months. Drove home from school. I drove home from school in 2 hours today. It took 2 hours to drive home from school. Oof. Is that traffic or is that normal? Spoilers. I mean, I feel like that's outside of the names. Like I'm not really giving many spoilers on that. And I also feel like Hollow Knight's such an old game. But then there's me over here asking, don't spoil it for me. And then I'm like, yeah, but I'm at this point and this point and this. But I'm not telling you anything about how to get any of those. I'm just saying that they exist. You're definitely more than halfway through Hollow Knight. Can't wait to hear about how you enjoy the ending. Yeah, I've been taking a break from it because Fellowship released, and I've been having a lot of fun with that. So, and I've also got a lot of Minecraft-y stuff going on right now. But for Halloween weekend, my wife and I are taking a little mini vacation, so I'll probably bring the Steam Deck and play a little Hollow Knight when we just have downtime. You have a favorite pickaxe? I kind of like TNT and Duper, but I don't use the fortune picks too much. I definitely go towards Silk Touch pickaxes more than I go towards fortune pickaxes. Just because I can usually I usually need stone more than I need cobblestone. So I kind of just stock up on all of that. And I really like to keep ores instead of actually breaking the blocks down. Have you played Witcher 3? I have. And this can make some people upset. I hate the combat of Witcher 3. It feels incredibly clunky. It does not feel smooth at all. At least on the PC. And I didn't like it. I love Witcher as like a world. I feel like I should read the books. I've enjoyed the TV show. I've enjoyed like the animated stuff that they put out. I'm not watching the newest series. That's after they got rid of Henry. It's over. It ended. But for me at least, yeah, I did not enjoy combat in it. I'm very excited to try Witcher 4. I'm super excited to try The Witcher 4 because I think now that they probably iterated on it enough to hopefully have a smoother combat system. Johnny, we built the copper golem storage mine in the video last week, I believe, and then or 2 weeks ago, and then we actually built the storage room on stream on Friday. So it's already up there if you'd like to see it. Otherwise, the cut shortened version will be in a video coming this Thursday. Witcher have super bad combat, bad RPG system, but world. Yeah, I'm somebody who plays games gameplay first, storyline second. But I still value a good storyline, but I need the combat and I need all of that to be so locked in and good, especially if it's a AAA title. I'm a lot more lenient on indie titles if the story's like exceptional, because you know it's an indie title. They don't have billions of dollars to spend on making a video game, where AAA titles have pretty much unlimited budgets. So I'm a lot more lenient on indie titles than I am with AAA. And so it's kind of, yeah, usually if the combat system's bad or the UI is bad, that takes me out of any amount of good storytelling in the game. Especially for like the big, like realistic, immersive RPG world experiences. Like I didn't like Red Dead Redemption 2 either. I hated it. The UI and the controls instantly took me out of the game. I couldn't play it. Absolutely. I can see why the story is good, but also at the same time, I don't like Wild West storylines. It feels way too close to home. I like video games that take me to a fantasy world. I don't need to be a cowboy riding a horse, going hunting, or whatever. Like that's just not the type of video game I enjoy playing. So I think that was another big mark against Red Dead for me. And then on top of that, the UI just being absolute trash. I couldn't do it, dude. I did not like it at all. And I had so many people tell me Red Dead Redemption 2 is this amazing game. So I put 20 hours into it. I put 20 hours into trying to be like, all right, when's this storyline going to pick up? One day it's going to get there. It's going to be really, really cool. I did a few, my saves, like, because you can see the percent, I think, I'm pretty sure. I think I'm at like the 20%, 30% mark, something around there. And I gave up, man. I couldn't do it. I had zero desire to keep playing the game. Would a TNT cannon carve out the mountain more efficiently? A TNT duper would, yeah. That's definitely real, but I like to dig by hand. You ever tried Breath of the Wild? I don't tend to pick up many Nintendo games outside of Mario Kart. Nintendo stuff, I don't know. I'm not like a big hater of all video games, I promise. But yeah, no, I tend to just not really go for Nintendo stuff. I loved Zelda when I was a kid, but I just haven't really been in that style of game for a long time. Hogwarts Legacy is the best combat, though, now thinking about it. I played that a few times, and the combat was... Or I haven't played it, but I've seen people play it. And the combat looks interesting, but I don't know. I feel like there's a lot more complexity. And, like, the combat in there visually was interesting, but I'm not a Harry Potter fan. So I tend to not really jump into Harry Potter games all that often. I will say one game that actually had insanely cool combat was Cyberpunk 2077. The combat and the different styles of combat that you can do in that, from like all the different weapon types and even the perks that you can get and all the buffs that you can get off of armors and gear and the synapse upgrades and all that stuff with the cyberware, like that game, the combat in Cyberpunk was insanely cool. The first time I played through, I did kind of like a mid-range character with like sniper stuff almost as like extras if I needed it. And then the second time I was playing, just messing around on a different character, I went full melee build, and oh my god, I wish I did that from the start. It's so fun. fWhip's total hater. Yeah, I'm a big time hater. Anything popular, I hate. Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn also, again, that game, I still need to play Forbidden West. Oh, I want to play Forbidden West at some point, but I keep picking up other titles instead. But I finally played Horizon Zero Dawn when they had like the complete edition release on PC, just because I don't have a PlayStation. And dude, that game, I think I didn't work for like 2 days. I think I just like skipped a video release to keep playing that game. I was locked in. That game was amazing. I loved that game. Nope, can't make that. Elden Ring? I've never beat Elden Ring. I've definitely made it pretty far into it. I need to pick it back up and finish, because I just got to the point where I beat the giant fire golem in the crucible at the top of the mountain, which I'm pretty sure that's the point where you can trigger literally one of the endings right there, or at least pretty close to it. So I need to go finish. I need to go finish Elden Ring at some point. I hope CD Projekt Red learned from Cyberpunk 2077 poor release for Witcher 4. I hope so. I think that was also an unfortunate tech issue of they really tried to optimize for a brand new tech. Like, wasn't Cyberpunk 2077 one of the first video games that was released like really catering to the RTX? Like NVIDIA graphics cards, weren't the new RTX ones like that had just come out, wasn't there something like brand new about them that was like never before seen in a graphics card that was just like insanely powerful? And like that was the only stuff that actually had issues with Cyberpunk on release. So like all of the big issues that people were claiming or like stopping, and a lot of the content creators that were shouting about it were people who had really, really strong computers that couldn't play it. But like if you had a low-end PC on launch, you could actually play Cyberpunk very easily. But yeah, I'm also hoping Witcher 4 has a very positive release. Dude, if any video game can have a positive release nowadays, I feel like that's just impressive in itself. Fellowship has had a rough weekend. The game's really, really good, but it released last Thursday, and they have just been having server issues left and right. I totally feel for them because they're a small indie studio. I think it's like 10 people.
I have the community server in my multiplayer menu, but what's whitelisting? Thanks for being awesome.
Ninja, and if you're in the Discord, there is a whitelisting channel that you can see as a supporter, and you need to put your Minecraft name in there. If you ask for some help in the supporter server chat, somebody will be able to point you in the right direction. Thank you for the dono. They're also pushing their red engine to the point of near failure. Yeah. Game felt clunky, but I know it's worth pushing through the early game. Yeah, the early game was a little slow, but the second you start getting like the funds to be able to attach cyberware and like you start getting some perks that you can spend on things, oh wow, it is insanely smooth. But I really enjoyed it. I also would recommend only like I think I played Cyberpunk 2077 in the best way. And I played it after Phantom Liberty released, and that was when they put out like a lot of like the patches that like really brought some of those older kind of clunkier systems into version 2, which not every game studio really does. Like they kind of release an RPG and say, here's how the systems go. Like it's a single player game, just deal with it. But Cyberpunk, they actually updated quite a few of them, which was cool. 1,000 likes for spoilers still a thing? It is. We haven't hit 1,000 likes for quite a while, but I'm not changing the number, but 1,000 likes for a spoiler is still active. If you could never run out of one block, what block would you choose? Tough. No need to think. Next question, please. I have my answer. I was forget who I was chatting with. I don't know, J-Boss. Or somebody, I can't remember. But talking about having recipes to make andesite and diorite and granite in the game already. Something like that should be added to be able to convert deep slate into tough. And then also a way to get calcite. I know those recipes were always kind of weird. Like it's like adding cobblestone and quartz together gets you andesite, I think. Or that gets you diorite and then or andesite, and then you can do something to the andesite to get you diorite. Like there's some weird funky recipes for that stuff. Like they're interesting. But they exist. And that's the important part. Whereas there is no way of existing for that right now for tough, and tough is annoying to get. Yeah, mud would also be cool, but I feel like I can gather mud more easily than I can gather tough. So I would rather have unlimited access to tough. I think we have that on the server, huh? True. Have you played No Man's Sky? I have about 100 hours in the game. I think it's so cool. I played it a little when it initially released. It's a little too open-ended for me. Maybe it has more direction to it now. But my cousin bought it, and he and I were sharing Steam libraries for a while. And so he was like, hey, I'm going away for a weekend. You should check this out. And so I played it on his for a while, and it was cool. But then I just never really got hooked into it enough to like want to buy it. Yeah, make sure you'll click the 1,000 or click the like button. Wait. Deep slate and bedrock to get tough because they are both tough. Yeah. Let's use bedrock in the crafting recipe for something. I think that sounds like a great way to go. Yeah. Good call. Oh, inventory's full. So you can find diamonds when mining for tough. You can't find diamonds when mining for mud. Dude, diamonds are worthless. How many times do I gotta tell you people? Diamonds are worthless. In Minecraft. There is no use for a diamond outside of crafting a jukebox or for netherite upgrade template duping. That's literally the only use for diamonds. No, diamonds after your first like 3 hours of playing Minecraft, unless you're playing like at a very chill pace, absolutely worthless. Deep slate and cobble should make tough, methinks. That could be interesting. I feel like that might be a little too easy, but I could definitely see it. I'm trying to 200,000 diamonds and like they're so useless that they can't. Why can't they be easier to find? Why are you getting 200,000 diamonds? What do you need 200,000 diamonds for? Are you building like a giant diamond tree or something? The world's largest diamond chandelier in Minecraft? Don't forget the best trade ever, a diamond for an emerald. True. True. Enchantment table. Yeah, but you only need one enchantment table. Unless you want to make them more for decorations. So, like... yeah, again, after your first few hours of gameplay in a Minecraft world, diamonds pretty useless. Like, they have their base uses, but... for endgame Minecraft, there really aren't many uses for diamonds. I personally think mending shouldn't be in the game, but fixed anvils so too expensive can't happen. So you can keep your OG tools. Hot take though. Yeah, I would say I strongly disagree with that one. I think mending is one of the things that has allowed Minecraft to turn into the game it is today, because it's less of a game about constant maintenance in regard to constantly needing to go find new things like diamonds to be able to make more tools or repair your existing tools. And it's turned into a game where once you have mending, it's no longer a game about needing to focus on every single thing to survive. It's more of a game about what can you do with your time in the Minecraft world, where I think a lot of the survival games out there, the Ark, the Rust, the, I don't know, pick any other one that you want, really, they all do it, that they all struggle big time, is that you can never evolve beyond the state of needing to keep yourself alive. And that is a really, really big hindrance for long-term enjoyment of survival games, unless you specifically want that hardcore survival environment. Like, I know a lot of people say, oh, Minecraft needs a thirst bar, so you have to drink water or you get dehydrated and get slow. Like, that type of stuff, I think is awful for the game, because then all it would turn into is you have another item that you carry around instead of just your food to keep yourself alive. And then you also add into that your tools would constantly break. So instead of just being, okay, I need to build an experience farm and be smart not to break my tools, it then turns into a much bigger thing of, okay, I've run through all my tools. Let me pause everything I'm working on building right now because I can't gather any more blocks, or I have to stop early enough so that I can go and gather diamonds with the tool that I have before it gets so low that I have to go back to like an iron pickaxe or something. So yeah, I think that mending is actually one of those like necessary evils of the Minecraft world in like the gameplay that actually is part of the reason why it's so popular today, that because it really sets it apart from a lot of the other core things that are survival sandbox games. Because every other survival sandbox game comes out and they have a hunger bar, they have a thirst bar, they have a heat bar, they have different types of armor that you have to wear into your different biomes that you go into, and it becomes so much more about maintenance and caring about what your character has equipped and what you have ready to be able to survive whatever environment that you're going into, instead of just enjoying like building in those games, regardless of how cool the building stuff is. Because like, even look at Lego Fortnite is a pretty cool, cozy, chill game, and you can have a lot of fun in it. The building side in it's really cool. It's pretty free placement, even though it's prefab stuff. You can place them wherever you want, but you have to deal with all the different armor types to go anywhere in the world. Like, if you leave the starting biome and you don't have specifically your hot armor or your cold armor equipped, you will die. Like, you can't get out and do anything. So like, I think by not including those, Minecraft becomes a game that's much more about your experience in the world and what you do with your time in it, versus your experience in the world so focused around just keeping your character alive. Like, there's a lot more chores that come into a game when you have that type of a gameplay loop that you don't have to do in Minecraft. I like mending though. I think they should nerf it, but not like how the villager update thingy would. I would be okay with mending being rarer. Or I liked the villager update. I liked the idea of having to set up villages in different biomes to get certain trades. I thought that was really cool. And I don't, because I think that, I don't know, I don't agree with a lot of the hate that was getting of people being like, but then I can't have it in my base. It's like, no, you can. You just have to have more effort to get it back home, which then makes it rewarding. But it's also one of those where I think it would be, no matter what way they change villagers, if they nerf them even slightly, the community is going to be so bad about it, or so mad about it, because we've had it so good with villagers for so long.
Everyone is having a great Monday, and have a great week. Whip heart, whip
Phantom
heart,
Whale,
whip
thanks for the
heart.
8 months, dude. I appreciate you. Thank you. But anyways, with Minecrafters having it so good with villagers, a lot of the Minecrafters that are out there are like, oh, we need to nerf villagers because they're so broken, they're so OP. But then you nerf villagers at all, and Minecrafters are gonna be like, but this isn't as good as it used to be. This sucks. Look at netherite upgrade templates. People said netherite was too overpowered. Netherite needs to be nerfed. So Mojang nerfed netherite by making it harder to get it and giving it a higher cost in order to make it. So you didn't nerf the actual netherite itself, but you made it farther into the end game progression. And still to this day, the community absolutely despises netherite upgrades because they now have to go mine diamonds to do it. And you also have to fight a piglin bastion in order to get your first template. So I don't know. I think especially with Happy Gas now being like a pretty easy way to transport that stuff, I feel like the forcing villagers in certain regions to have certain trades, to me that sounds cool. If anything, that makes it easier to get a specific trade instead of the randomizer reroll, break the lectern. Oh, hey, he still has Curse of Binding. Okay, break it again, and he's got Unbreaking 1. Okay, break it again, and he's got Riptide. Break it again. Okay, he's got a Mace enchantment. I don't have a Mace yet, and okay, here we go. Like, that to me sucks. That's worse. That's worse. I would rather go to a specific biome and be like, all right, it's 1 of 5 that I can get here, and I know for sure no matter what I max them out, I'm getting mending. Like, that sounds great to me. Oh, hi, buddy. Pale oak saplings. Wow, nice. I like the netherite upgrade because it makes it more valuable and not a simple 5-minute mining in the nether. Oh yeah, I thought the netherite upgrade template thing was good. I think it's a great change to the game. But my gameplay for Minecraft is very different than the average person's gameplay because I have a lot more hours to spend in Minecraft. So those grindy things for me, I recognize full-heartedly that is a different type of experience for me than it is for all of you, because I play this game for my job, whereas you all might have an hour to play a week or 2 hours to play a week, whatever it might be. So when there's a lot more of those grindy, harder set things to do, sometimes that can make it too daunting, or being like, I only have an hour where I want to just chill and relax. I don't want to spend my hour searching for this where I might not get it. I'd rather spend an hour building a windmill or whatever. Not cheating, but is cheeky though. What is? Oh, is it cheating to go back in the update before they added the template and upgrade your armor? Nah, I don't think so. But make a backup before you do it. I mean, I would say it's cheeky. I would say it really also depends on like what you're doing and how you're portraying it. But like, if you're just playing single player by yourself, why not, instead of doing that, save yourself the effort of doing all that stuff and just farm all your ancient debris that you'd need to make the set originally. So farm your 4 pieces per netherite tool that you want to upgrade, and then just like toss those into the void and spawn in like the netherite upgrade or ingot, and I don't know, like make your ingots and then just throw them away into the void and then spawn in a netherite armor. Save yourself the time and effort, might as well. Is this the bottom layer? Maybe right there, but this comes farther down. My friends, click the like button if you have not already. We almost got 1,000 people on the YouTubes, and we are at 500 likes right now. I really do appreciate the support. Thank you for doing it. I know Mog was kind of upset about the villagers because he plays on super flat strictly. Yeah, I totally understand where Mog's coming from because of how he plays the game. I totally understand him wanting everything being available in any biome. I think Mog is an absolutely awesome person, and I fully respect him as a content creator, and he's a great friend. But I also do not think the game needs to be balanced around super flat. I totally understand it. I would feel so bummed if there's a new update that came out that I would not get access to. But I feel like that's also a little bit of where you throw yourself when you pick a game mode that is extremely restrictive in what you're able to get. You kind of open yourself to the possibility that you're not going to get all the things. And I fully understand the annoyance of that. I think there needs to be more ways and alternatives to get things. But I also don't think everything needs to be available in every biome. Isn't it just an option to do the villager tweak? Yes, it was an option to do the villager tweak. But every time they add one of those extra options, that comes with a note of, hey, everybody, we're testing out this new feature. Could you all test it for us and let us know what you think so that we can get information if we should add it to the game or not? That's what the villager trade rebalance came in at, is not a like, hey, use this fun thing if you want. It's a, hey, we're testing out this new feature. It's developed enough to the point where we think we got it somewhere good, but like, could you guys test and let us know what you think? And basically they did that with the minecart update too, because it was such an extreme change that they wanted people to be able to have some time to mess around with it before they put it into like a beta or a snapshot or something like that. Just digging around a cave. Oh, a super secret cave. Never found out one. You still talk to the Empire's SMP people? I haven't been like actively chatting with them, but I chat with them every once in a while. They're all at TwitchCon, or not all of them, but most of them are at TwitchCon, or they were this last weekend. But no, I've been chatting with Lizzie a little bit here and there about some misadventure stuff, but outside of that, I haven't really been interacting with that crew. I've been really just kind of living in my single player world when it comes to Minecraft, and been having a lot of fun doing stuff in here and kind of working on these things. And outside of that, I've been hanging out with a lot of my IRL buddies and just chatting with them. I feel like I'm on a very similar schedule to a lot of my IRL buddies right now, so I've been gaming with them and hanging out and doing a lot more stuff outside of the office, in the great outdoors, touching grass. No, Not so much grass touching. I like going out, dinners and whatnot. Misadventures when? There'll probably be a second channel Misadventures video coming up in the next few weeks. In your opinion, which biome in Minecraft needs some major facelift? Forest. Birch forest and regular forest biomes, I believe, are two of the most neglected biomes in Minecraft. Leaf litter was a good change for him. Leaf litter made the regular forest biome in Minecraft look so much better, but I really, really think it's not enough. I think the trees are too short. I know that's a big change for Minecraft. I know Minecraft will probably never change the height of oak trees and birch trees, but they just... increasing the height by 2 logs, just 2 blocks taller. That's all that we need. Not changing the shape of them, not adding some like big custom tree or anything to it. Literally just make the blocks 2 blocks taller, or make the tree 2 blocks taller. And that would make the biomes so much more accessible by horse without needing to first clear a ton of trees in order to get your horse to go through it, or finding a way to get on top of the canopy of the forest to then take your horse across the biome. And I think that alone would help with making the Minecraft world feel a lot easier to travel and traverse before getting an elytra. And I don't think we really need to buff horses. I think horses, especially at max speed, especially with the spear coming, are in a really, really good point. I don't think we need to really change them all that much. I think where horses fall short is they have a really, really hard time traveling across the Minecraft world without either falling into a hole that randomly is in the middle of your plains biome, or just running into leaves constantly when you're trying to go through a forest. So I think by making the forest just 2 blocks taller, you're going to open up transportation across the entire Minecraft world so much more easily. If they did an Empire Season 3, would you do it? I don't think we're going to do an Empire Season 3, I'll be honest. The group was pretty against the idea of it the last few times that we've chatted about it. I think the only way I would do an Empire Season 3 is if we had everybody who was in Empire Season 1 back for Season 3. And as committed as they were to Empire Season 1. I think that's the big part that is, for me, that would need to be there in order to get me back onto Empires or something like that, or even, honestly, even just like a full SMP. I'm somebody who finds a lot of motivation to play on Minecraft servers. A lot of you can probably relate to this. I find motivation to play on Minecraft servers by activity of other players on the Minecraft server. I can log into my single player world and I can play on here for 8-10 hours a day and I can be happy-go-lucky, 0 issues whatsoever. I'm having a grand old time. I'm doing so much. I'm having so much fun. It's absolutely awesome. And then I log on to an SMP and I'm the only one online and I want to log out right away. I absolutely 0 part of me wants to be on that server. And that is a big reason why I haven't been on Misadventures, is because I was logging in there, and unfortunately with time zones and things, I was logging in alone. Like the last 2 videos I recorded on Misadventures, the only times other people were online was in there if I was logging in outside of my normal work hour time. And so like that was really, really a huge hurdle for me of like, I lost motivation because I was logging in and I was alone, and I didn't want to be alone on the server that I was being on to play with other people. Even though I'm over there working on my own thing in my own base, just the fact that there's knowing that somebody else is online provides a lot of motivation for me. But bigger boats for horses and camels could be fun. I don't know if we really need bigger boats in Minecraft. I think it would be cool if a horse could fit in a boat. That would be fun. But you can make a water ski right now, so it's not too easy. Hey, Hades, how we doing? I only like the Empire Season 2 musical Lizzie did. Fair. How are Sid and the doggies doing?
Pleased to
Good.
meet you.
We went on a big hike
Milk is good,
or
but it
walk
could
yesterday.
be cheddar.
ODST, thank you for the 26 months and the very insightful talk about poison. Nah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Cheddar cheese is pretty good. Can't have it anymore though. But yeah, doggos are good. Wife's good. We've been hanging, just doing all stuff. Very sad watching the Mariners game last night. So other than that, we've been good. Yeah, I think Empire Season 1 was better than Empire Season 2. Just from like a inside perspective too. I think Empire Season 1 was a lot better. And my big reasoning behind it is I think in Empire Season 2, everybody came in with this big crazy lore backstory and like how they wanted their character to progress throughout the entire season and where they were starting, where people already had endings in mind for their character for the entire season, that they needed other people to help them progress along the way. Where we came into Season 1 with 0 ideas. The only thing that we knew going into Season 1 was where we were basing, because we had looked at a seed and made sure everybody had a spot that they would like to build at, which is just like essential for a Minecraft SMP. Everybody's got to enjoy where they want to build. So we had that sorted. And then outside of that, we had everybody's resource that they wanted to be in charge of sorted. That was it. That was literally all that we had. And from there, everything else just came from it. Like everything else that happened in Season 1 was purely spontaneous. There was 0 plans for any of it. Whereas Season 2 was pretty much like a by the book thing from a lot of people's perspectives the entire time. And I think that removed a lot of the authenticity from it all. And made it something that I think even the audience was able to pick on being a little bit different. The different empires were more coherent with each other. Yeah, somehow the spontaneity of Season 1 made it so that everything felt more linked. So you would have expected when we did like all these things of trying to work together and do all this, that, and whatnot, like it would have made it a lot like more connected, but in reality it made it more disconnected. Are you in contact with Sausage? Been a bit sad watching his channel not get many views these days. He's an excellent builder. I haven't really chatted with Sausage for a little while. I think he's kind of experimenting with being more of a different, like not just a Minecrafter. I think he's experimenting with being a bit more of a variety creator. And I know he also really enjoys his roleplay stuff like vampires and all those. But I haven't chatted with him for a bit. No, I've been meaning to check in on him, see how he's doing. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's also one of those where love Sausage to death. He's such a good human, but his content is very much geared towards appealing to his small, like super fan base, that I think it makes it a little bit difficult for people who are not super fans to get involved with. Just because it's a lot of inside jokes, it's a lot of innuendos, it's a lot of relating to previous series. Like he's very much tried to like Avengers Endgame it, Marvelify his content where it's like all connected and everything, which like is great, like very cool, and it can work out really well. But I think also at the same time that can make it a little bit less approachable for new people. So I think he kind of fell into that, but it's something that he really enjoys doing. So I think that's good. Because I know he and I have talked about that a few times, and he just mentions that he just really enjoys it. What's that yellow square in the middle? Oh, the concrete over there is from the schematic is where like a very rough outline of where the monastery would go. I can go there. Been cheering on Canada's team here. No. Dude, I'm nervous for Game 7. Oh no, you guys I hate to say it, but the Mariners did not show up last night. No, that was not good, dude. That was not a good showing from the M's. I'm just hoping that means they saved everybody for tonight. But like, what was it? 3 innings back to back double plays. Ugh. My heart, dude. I couldn't take it. I had to go get my Steam Deck and play games on it, so I wasn't fully focusing on the game anymore because I was getting too anxious. Like, I can't do it. Look at this, though. We're putting blocks down. You know what that means? We don't have to dig here anymore. Yeah, you missed that? It means we don't have to dig here anymore. Still don't have to dig here. Don't worry. Seattle can't ruin Toronto's dream. They've already got beaten by Florida in hockey at home, too. Hey, we've never made it to the World Series either. It's not just y'all's dream to make it there. We got the same dream. We've both been waiting equal amounts of time. Learned that yesterday. Both teams joined the professional baseball leagues at the exact same time.
Pleased to meet you.
Starry, thank you for the 17 months. I appreciate you. Come on, Canada needs a win in sports. Nuh-uh. I ain't giving it up. Not that I have any control, but I ain't giving it up. US wins every year. We deserve one. Well, that's not fair just because we have more teams in it. Also, let's just be honest. Can we all just agree we don't want the Dodgers to win? As me being like a baseball fan for the last few weeks, like super baseball fan of like 3 weeks running, can we all just agree we don't want the Dodgers to win? I think that's all I've really picked up on. Finally. Don't want anyone to win. Rude. Okay, I am going to just pick up a few stacks of grass blocks out of here. So we can just place them as we go. It'll be fine. We're watching all your videos, every single one, but there's some cringe ones in there. As a Phillies girly, I'm all for the Dodgers not winning. Why don't you use fast grass as a resource pack? Isn't it? So isn't it already? Like where it comes down to the sides too. I don't like the look of it.
Hello, many greetings.
Frenchman, thank you for the 5 gift subs, my dude. I really appreciate that. Thank you. If y'all got a gift sub, be sure to say some thank yous. I've been to baseball once. I don't get it. Oh, I will say baseball to me used to be so boring. Oh, I used to think it was the dumbest sport because the games are so long. But
Pleased
now
to
that
meet
they've
you.
sped it up, as a viewer, it's so much more fun.
Hey
Now that there's like a
everyone,
pitch
there's
clock and everything.
1.2K people waiting and only 604 likes. Don't forget to hit that like button.
You got him, Caitlin. You tell him. Thank you for the 14 months. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, I will say, though, watching a baseball game, I think there's actively more actual physical play time of the sport of something happening in the game than watching NFL football. And I know I'm going to make some people mad off of that, but, like, there's barely any physical play time in football. Like, American football. Because how much is it? How much average play time is in a NFL football game? And NFL football games last for about 3 hours and 12 minutes on average, but the actual time the ball is in play is only about 11 minutes. The rest of the time is filled with commercials, replays, timeouts, and other forms of stoppage. Even though the game itself is composed of 4 15-minute quarters, there's only about 11 minutes of physical playtime, according to Google. It's insane, dude.
Keep it real.
Hey fWhip. Are subtitles unavailable because of your are they turned off by you? Love the chill digging stream while doing some hand stitching. Make
Galaxy,
sure
thank you so
to
much for the
write
dono.
chat
I really
smile.
appreciate it. Do you mean on the live streams or do you mean in videos? On live streams, I don't believe they're available because it adds an extra layer of delay between the stream and it comes out to like a 20-30 second delay if subtitles are on, but they should be enabled on videos. If they're not on videos, please do let me know. I would happily get that fixed, but I did opt for live streams to not have them with their current subtitle feature because it causes a really big delay between me and actually talking with y'all. And that's why college football is better. True, I do like college football a lot more. I care way more about how the Huskies are doing, and I didn't even go to the school, than I do about how the Seahawks are doing. And also, going to a game is not enough money that you could pay for groceries for an entire month, so that's great. Hockey is a very entertaining sport. I'm hopefully going to a game here soonish. I need to figure out what's going on with that. Mostly because I have a family member that for Christmas last year I said I would buy them hockey tickets to a Kraken game. And I still owe them the hockey tickets to the Kraken game. So, not the best Christmas gift giver about that one. You should look up rugby games. I watch rugby when it's in the Olympics, but there's not a whole lot of it in Washington or in the U.S. in general. There actually is a Seattle rugby team. I actually almost played rugby in college. Because I used to play water polo a bunch, and one of my fraternity brothers was the captain of our school's rugby team, and he just was like, hey, you know how to play physical sports, you should come play rugby. And I was like, I don't do land sports, but he was like, you should come check it out. And so I was not in the best shape, so I was like, okay, let's go to the gym together for a bit first, and I'll try and get in better shape, and then we'll talk about it. And then I just never followed up on doing it. Pickaxe has still got 90 on it. It's fine. And make sure I'll click the like button. Almost at 700 likes. I'm in high school marching band, and I'm proud to say that I can understand football. That's a very marching band comment. But you know what? Marching band really brings the crowd atmospheres and everything.
Pleased to meet you.
Everybody who's in marching band always just seems like they're having so much fun. That's something that I've picked up on just from like being at either various sports games or like going to college things where there's bands and whatnot, or even just in high school. The band always seems like they're having so much fun. I have a hearing disorder and prefer to watch with subtitles, but if it's not on stream, that's okay. On videos that aren't turned off. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's... I sent the feedback to YouTube, and they're apparently looking into how to make subtitles appear faster on stream to not have the big delay. But yeah, currently right now to have subtitles on a live stream adds like I believe it's about 20-second to 30-second delay for the stream, because they need time to process what's actually being said. I believe Twitch has active subtitles. I know that's a different viewing experience over there, but I believe there are active subtitles on Twitch. I remember getting to college and like freshman year, it's just like I was just finding it so funny of just like you get all the theater kids that had like small friend groups in high school, and then they all get into the music program in college and whatnot, and then they all are like, oh my god, I have more theater friends here. And just like all of the freshman theater kids are always just like we're always walking around like singing in groups, or like sitting down making little like circles, playing instruments, and like just playing music out on the lawns and everything, looking like they're having the greatest time ever. But I was just remember being like, this is so funny to me, of just like you could always spot anybody who is like in the music program or even like music program adjacent or something like that, because they'd always be singing, walking around in groups. It was always so funny to me. It's okay though, because at that time I remember some of the other computer science kids that were in classes with me. I'd see them in the cafeteria and whatnot. They'd just have a whole table taken up and just doing a LAN party playing League of Legends. So, you know, computer science students had their own things too. Digging again, always digging. We're getting through it though. What did you study at college? I have a computer science degree, and I have a business human resources degree. I use both of those a ton nowadays. No, not really. I'm computer science and I'm scared to find a job. Yeah, it's a little rough out there, but I believe in you. You'll find something. There's always going to be a need for new computer science people. I would recommend though, for anybody jumping into the corporate world and all that, if you, or honestly just getting into the workforce in general, if you have the opportunity and you're going into college, or you're going into college soon, and you have the opportunity of like some GE that you have to do, like general education course, I would highly recommend a business human resources type course. If it'll fill out whatever GE you're doing, and you just need some extra credits. The courses were not that intense, but I feel like that gave me so much knowledge to go into the workforce literally just in terms of like, there's so many employers out there that like, without really knowing better, or a lot of employees don't really know better, so they just kind of take the word of management as like what has to happen or something. And getting the degree in human resources, even though I didn't go to work in HR, helped me so much with like negotiations and things.
_fWhip cozy _fWhip yavoo.
Jewel, thank you for the 26 months at tier 2, dude. I really appreciate that.
Whip heart.
And 62 months at tier 3 on Twitch. What? Thank you so very much, dude. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, the human resources class, if you have an option to take one, there's a lot of them out there that are literally like, you just learn about what rights you have as an employee that nobody will teach you. And the amount of stuff that I was able to learn off of that I then took into things where like employers were like, hey, you have to do this, or we're changing your schedule to this, or you have to come in and blah blah blah, and like, or being like, we're giving you all this work and not paying you any extra, or you have to, like, that type of stuff, you know, that we all love so much about the corporate side of things, or just, you know, having a job in general, gave so much ability to just be like, actually no, you can't do that, or you have to do, like, just the ability to like know what rights you have as an employee wherever you live are so important, and it's hard to learn them. So if you have a chance to take an HR class, if you're in college or high school, just keep it in the back of the mind. I would recommend. It helped me a lot. Definitely trying to not be the I'm actually person, because then, you know, you might not like you the best, but you can do it in a nice way. You can still get your point across.
Cha-ching!
And then you have my college, which became a university while I was there, just to be confusing. Wait, what? I got leveled up from just a college to a university? That's crazy. Galaxy, thanks so much for 5 gift memberships. I really appreciate it. Are you going to build dungeons? My Misadventures dungeon is coming out soon, if that's what you're referring to. My HR degree is so helpful. I don't work in HR anymore, but I still use my knowledge every day. Oh, yeah. I feel like that is, even still now when I'm like reading contracts with brands or stuff like that, like, it helps me so much with just like understanding what is being written and said. It's definitely not a law degree, but it's, you definitely, I remember taking a few classes on employment law, and that type of stuff helped a lot.
Hey, for real.
Great stream. Always happy being here chillin'. I'm going on vacation soon, so I'm going to rewatch all of your hardcore series on the plane.
How long ago? A plane flight you got, Kenzie? Thank you for the dono. Hope you're going somewhere fun. May is always watching. Yeah, May's always, whenever Miss May says she's going to work, I think she's still lurking. I think she's still lurking. But we just won't call them out. You never call out the lurkers. Lurkers are the backbone of the streaming community. We love lurkers. You want to watch the stream and never say anything and just listen to me rant for a few hours? 10 out of 10, best viewer I could ask for. Except some of you need to talk, because otherwise I feel like I'm talking to nobody. So like, some people need to talk so it feels like there's a conversation happening, but like most of you can just like not talk, and then we're gonna have a great time. Jinxie with the 26 months, thank you so much. I gotta stretch my arms.
Love a good BR.
Call out all lurkers noted. Yeah.
Happy 26 months, woo.
Big ooh-woos. Big ooh-woo energy. I think we gotta do this like layer by layer now, just so that we can not over dig.
Hey, for real.
5 gift subs as a thank you for the help. Love your vibe and vids. I will go back to lurking now, tongue.
Good luck. Good luck on the project. Ooh, I'll take that. Thank you again, Galaxy, though. I really appreciate it. I guess I can just do like the trim along here, and then we can just do 2 blocks across, so we can just kind of like inch it down. That'll be fine. I believe in us. We can manage. We can big brain this to be as efficient as possible. We've already ruined that, but you know, we can say that we're being as efficient as possible. Spooky song. What kind of music do you listen to? I listen to a lot of electronic music. I've been honestly in like a much more chill music vibe recently. I've been listening to a lot of Fleetwood Mac recently. They've just either Sid's put them on because we have a few of their records, or they've just like my Spotify DJ. I feel like normally is what I just leave running, and usually it stays pretty in the electronic realm, because that tends to be where I go, especially if I'm recording. I don't like how many lyrics going on in what I'm listening to. But recently it's been a lot more of the oldies, which are always a good vibe. Okay, we're good in there. How many stone stacks do you have in the base of yours? Oh, we've got like 1,000,000 stone blocks in the storage room already. Oh, hey buddy. He's gonna leave you over there. Yeah, we're just gonna leave him there. Yeah, the unfortunate part here is that I've gotten into really texturing the mountains that I make because it looks a lot better. So a lot of this stone will just... All right, you're gonna come over here, aren't you? No, thank you. We're not doing that right now. But a lot of the stone is just rotting in storage right now. Really long straight line. Oh, because it probably... No, it doesn't go over that way. Wow, that is a really long straight line. Are you gonna test out the spear? Not until it gets in here. How about Abba? I like Abba's. Abba's got some good stuff. Stone bridge across 1,000,000 blocks incoming, I assume. Nah. The problem is that Minecraft building has moved away from stone being like a popular block because it's just such a bland texture. I mean that in the best way. Stone is just like very simple. It can work in a lot of cases, but it's just like a good solid mid-tone, and it doesn't really get a whole lot of like on its own use. It's more used sparingly nowadays to merge between colors instead of being like the main focus. That's at least how I've found how I use stone. And I'll use it in mountains and things that I'm making just so that I can have a... We're going to not cover that beacon, so we'll fix that later. But just so that I can have stone in there so it looks similar back to the vanilla terrain in the area. I like to include stone because it can help kind of blend that a bit better. But yeah, it's not really the nicest thing. That's also like why I use grass everywhere for landscaping, is because it just makes it relate a lot better back into merging into vanilla terrain. We almost got 1,500 people on YouTube right now. Make sure you all click the like button if you haven't. I appreciate you. Yeah, new video on Thursday. I've already got it finished recording. Marcos is working on finishing the edits today. And then there will be no video next week for Halloween. Because I believe Friday is Halloween, right? So I'm just not posting because I don't want to post a video the day before a holiday. It's bad news bears. Your content creator advice of the day: if you are working on a Halloween video, you need that thing posted now. Do not post it on Halloween. If you post it on Halloween, you will die. Your video, no, you won't die, but your video will die. You will be murdered if you... No, not true. But yeah, if you are a content creator and you're working on big Halloween build videos, whatever it might be, they need to be out already. They cannot be out on Halloween. Because viewers are in the spooky vibe right now, and by the time Halloween gets here, they will no longer want to be in the spooky vibe. Because Halloween will be over by the time they watch your video. No spooky episode for me. I don't do spooky episode. I'm an OG YouTube, but I've been loving Twitch. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm interested to see what changes are going to come for Twitch after TwitchCon. I didn't really follow on the announcements, so I need to see if they announced any new cool features coming. Are you collecting the Halloween mobs again in this world? I want to, but I can't. I'm going to be out of town for Halloween this year. So, no Halloween mob farming for me. And I'm certainly not taking my computer with me. And I do not have a laptop that is strong enough anymore. I feel like I need to buy a good laptop soon. I don't know what I would really use it for, but I feel like I have this like desire to have one, that just having the option to take something with me if I need to would be nice, and I don't have that option right now. But I also don't want to spend a few grand on a laptop that I'm like, yeah, I'd barely use it. I can save that money. And if there's a big enough reason to need it, then it's gonna warrant spending the money, so I should just wait. Do you have any tips on how to become a better builder? Been trying to work on improving the aesthetics of my world. Just keep practicing, Colin. Every builder out there, no matter how good they are, they're getting better as they keep building. That's the biggest part. Get better as you keep building. And I would honestly say on top of that is finding references is a huge way to improve your building really, really easily. And finding references that are not Minecraft builds. That's also the big part of the reference game, is that if you look at references of Minecraft builds, you're just gonna like subconsciously copy what that builder did. Whereas you can use that in the beginning to learn some skills and tools and tricks that other people have done to make things. Like a good example is like finding funky ways to use certain blocks. Like finding ways to throw shelves into builds to make certain shapes. Like B-Dubs did with the legs on his horse statue video that came out yesterday. And like that's a good way to learn tricks and tips and stuff like that. But if you actually want to become a better builder, you need to figure out how to create the architecture and the shapes and everything yourself. And the best way to do that is to find references that are not Minecraft, so you can have something realistic. Do not use AI references because they're going to teach you all the bad habits on how to make something with just terrible scale to it. So no AI references, but find real references of like actual buildings or concept art from video games or just art that people have made of structures or whatever it is you're trying to build, mountains, landscapes, blah, blah, blahs. And once you've got those locked in, then you can use that as like ways to like try and recreate those in Minecraft. That's probably the best way to improve your building skills. Yeah, Pinterest, big shout out to them. They now have a feature where you can turn off AI art in your image searches. Did they make it because everybody was complaining that Pinterest was becoming AI slop everywhere and people stopped using it? Yes, but they did make it. Was it so that their business didn't die? Yeah, but we can also be like, good job on you guys. You did something smart for the business and for your users. So, you know, they gotta learn somehow. Yeah, their new ability to disable AI art, super nice. Some AI still gets through, but it's a lot better. Yeah, the problem is that Pinterest still has the you have to self-mark something as AI. So in reality, it's up to people who are uploading the AI images to mark their stuff as AI. But if you're at the point on Pinterest where you're uploading a lot of images to Pinterest to try and get ad revenue or something, like a lot of the AI people started doing because they realized they're getting a lot of free money for very, very little work of just making a computer go, here's an image, and then they post that. Why would they willingly cut how much money they're earning off of it when they could just lie and, you know, say it's not made with AI, even though it obviously is, because the algorithm's not going to know, the system's not going to check. So yeah, it's a little bit of a flawed system, but it's a step in the right direction, and hopefully they'll make some tools that are built around discovering and like matching if it's AI made or not. But we can applaud that they're trying. Yeah, the setting is a little hard to find, though. I will say that much. I can't even remember where it is. I'm gonna put a torch or two back here. And, well, just one. Should have dropped off that stone. Have you watched Ish's 1000 Player Rich vs Poor? Yeah. Yeah, I have I watched through most of it. Just like side monitor while I was doing other stuff. He did a really, really good job on the storytelling. Yeah, that video deserves all the recognition it's getting. Ish did a really, really good job on it. Yeah, there's a lot of tech outages going on right now. AWS was down for a bit. I think it might still be down partially. A lot of the authentication servers for things like Roblox and Fortnite are all down right now, or they were earlier today. I don't know if they're still down. I know Epic Games was having a big issue where a lot of their stuff was down, so any game that uses Unreal Engine was down that needs online matchmaking play. So, yeah, there's a lot of tech crashes going on right now. It's kind of weird. They're all suddenly happening at once, so probably something in the chain failed and This is just everything along the way. Pink stone. Yeah, this is light Matica. So we're basically keeping track of only clearing out the blocks that I need to clear out so that I don't have to dig everything here. So the pink stone, everything in there is stuff that needs to be removed. Amazon canceled a plushie I'd pre-ordered. Oh no. Oh, I will after stream send a note out to see if I can get an update on the Foliage University hoodies to see when those are shipping. So just as a heads up for that. Canvas is also down. I can't access my college classes. I guess no homework. Oh no, I can't log in to do my homework. Oopsies. But no, actually, really, that sucks. Oh, Canvas. Oh, that brings back trauma. Dude, I hated Canvas. Oh, that website was so bad. I was talking with some friends recently just about like college stuff when we were out to dinner, and we were all like, do you guys remember how awful it was trying to sign up for classes? And I was just, we were all like, yep, don't want to relive that trauma. Next topic. It's so like stupidly difficult for something that should not be difficult. Like it could so be automated. Just like, here's your courses for the next semester to be able to get you into all of these classes so you can graduate by this time. Like that could easily be automated. Outside of like GEs that you could pick one from a list. But having to be like, okay, here's this course that you need to be in, and it's only offered in the spring, and if you don't take it, you can't get into these next courses that are then only offered in the fall. And by the way, only 30 of the 50 people in this major that would be needing this class can actually get signed up in it. It's like, what? Like, how is that fair? And I went to a small school. I had friends that went to big schools, and they had so many more issues. What you use for video editing? I use Premiere Pro. Do not buy it. If you are new to YouTube and you're making videos, do not buy Premiere Pro. It is expensive. If you're new and trying to just get into figuring out how to do things, download DaVinci Resolve. It is a free program that is probably as good as Premiere Pro. The only reason I haven't swapped over is because I do not want to take the time to learn a new one. And I'm also in a position where I can pay for it. I do wish it's starting to get to the price point where I think I'm gonna be learning Resolve soon, because oh my gosh. But I also use everything in the Photoshop, or like in the Adobe suite. So I use Photoshop, I use Media Encoder, I use Lightroom. So like I get a lot of use out of all of the different Photoshop things or Adobe products that are out there. I even use After Effects a little bit here and there as I need. So I get my money's worth out of what I'm paying, but if you're new to all of it, there's so many free alternatives that you can learn. Look at us digging this out. Yeah, we're getting there. I don't want to go there though. My inventory's full too. Don't forget to like the stream. True. What colleges do you suggest for video editing or animation? I do not have answers to that. Sorry. That's not something that I know enough about to be able to provide an answer. I've also never taken any courses around video editing or anything like that. Everything I've learned for video editing, which I feel like for me is a lot of self-taught work and a lot of just YouTube tutorials and like work-throughs of like somebody explaining a certain feature to me. All of that I've done self-taught or like online stuff. You learn as you go. If you like, especially if you want to be a YouTuber, I don't think you need to really be taking a lot of crazy classes to learn how to do crazy video edits and all that stuff. If you have a desire to learn and mess around with platforms until you can figure out how to make it do the thing that you want it to do, especially with how many tutorials are out there for things on After Effects and all that, like you can learn a lot without paying a single penny. So I would highly recommend doing a lot of personal learning to see if you actually enjoy it before you get into courses, and just explore, try and learn, try and see what you can do. Find a good YouTube series that you enjoy, the person who does all the tutorials, and learn as you can go there. I do think the game is definitely leveling up as it goes along. Like there's a lot more people who are starting to incorporate like full-on animation sequences into their bits for their Minecraft videos. Like I know Mog's been doing that a bit, and he's been seeing really positive returns for it. I know Catherine's been doing that a ton on shorts, but Mog does, I believe, have a degree in like video animation or something with that, but pretty sure Catherine is completely self-taught on all of it. She's just figured it out as she goes. Thoughts on White Monster? I have not had a monster probably in 15-16 years. If I'll go for a Celsius for the placebo effect if I think it's better for you. Probably not at all. And then if not, if like I have no other option, I'll typically grab like a Red Bull or something, like a zero cal, like zero sugar Red Bull or something like that. That's like my, if there's no other option. So usually my go-to tier list for caffeine nowadays is like just like a good black tea, and do like a London Fog. If that's not available, I'll do a matcha latte. And then if I don't have that, then I'll grab like a Celsius or something. I'm really trying to tone down how much caffeine I drink though. I think I've been drinking a little too much caffeine. Have you tried Alani? Yeah, I just didn't really get like a big pickup from an Alani. I tried one and I felt like I didn't drink any. I felt like there was no caffeine in it. I used to drink yerba mates, but they really started messing with my stomach too. So I can't do those anymore. I drink a lot of Red Bull and it should be healthier, but whatever the sugar replacement is in sugar-free Red Bull gives me almost migraine level headaches. Interesting. Yeah, all those fake sugars and things in beverages and whatnot are usually not the best for you. That's a cave down there, huh? Okay. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of coffee. I just don't enjoy the taste of it. Oh, what the heck was that? We're T-posing in the bed. Don't like green tea, tastes too healthy. Well, that's why you gotta add like a good creamer or something. I've got a good oat milk creamer I like. You can make it a little like green tea latte or something like that, or you just add some honey, add something to it. Or you just need to get a better green tea. Because there definitely are some that do not taste good. Hot green tea with some honey is my favorite source of caffeine during winter. Yeah. Yeah, good tea when it's cold outside is so yummy. Dude, I thought we were gonna get at least 2 of these blobs, but I guess this is a pretty big one here. It's almost 2 o'clock already. Almost digging for 2 hours. Favorite soup? I'm not a big soup person, I'll be honest. Not a huge soup enjoyer. I appreciate soup, I'm just not a huge soup enjoyer. I enjoy stew more. Like, I would take a stew over a soup any day, I think. There's also that, like a good Irish stew. Yummy. Unless you count, like, curries and things. Like, if those are, like, soup-like. They're really not, but, like, I guess it would kind of depend on how much liquid is in it. Like, Sid made a really, really good yellow curry last night for dinner. Oh, that's all stuff we don't have to dig. I love that. Really, really love that. Matzo ball soup? I don't think I've had it. I don't like that. I like this a lot less now. You still intend to get rid of this mountain from our video in 2 weeks? Something like that. I think this one's getting pushed back slightly. November's gonna be real busy, y'all. I'm going for the bag. We're going for the bag. I actually had another brand deal for November come in this morning. So I promise that the brand integrations and everything, we got some fun ones coming. They're cool stuff. And I'm not just like throwing them all away and whatnot. My goal, I've been rethinking how I want to do brand deals and things. And my goal is to make them fit very seamlessly into videos. So I'm putting a lot of effort and energy in like how to record them in like a fun way that makes it engaging. Kind of like what Mog and like, yeah, like what Mog or what like B-Dubs does. Like I feel like they do a really good job with brand deals. Or even Corrales does a pretty good job with them sometimes when he does them. So I'm trying to put like that level of polish on them. And so, yeah, it should be good. I love how your stone is pink. It's the light Matica. Stone's actually not pink. It's just the light Matica. Everything that's pink or red we need to remove. Beth, thanks for hanging. You have a good one, all right? I think we're going to take this chunk here and just bring this all the way down. Just because, like, we have this weird gap, so we might as well play around it instead of trying to play on top of it. I'll be falling a lot back and forth if I'm going around the dang thing back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Magenta Mountain Marathon. I see what you did there. That's clay. Nah, this is stone. Also, for the longtime viewers, I would like to say another person has just said clay is pink. Maybe not directly, but they said this looks like clay. And then previously, that this was pink stone. And y'all just say I'm alone on being colorblind, thinking clay's got a pink tone to it. Not alone. It's fine. It's chilling. This is gonna look so goofy for a while until it's actually finished. It's fine. Totally fine. The clay in Minecraft is a blue color. It looks super cool next to white concrete. It makes it look light blue. Yeah, but you could, I feel like you can also put it with red and pinky blocks, like white terracotta, and it still can kind of fit very well. But maybe that's me with my special eyes. Any tips on building boats? The new shelves are super goated for boat building. They're real good for boat building, for like smoothing out the side hole shape of a boat, and you can waterlog them. But again, references for boats. References. References for building in Minecraft in general. And it helps, especially with boats, and especially if you can find a diagram from multiple angles of a boat you're trying to build. That can help a lot from getting the shape right. If you just try and wing it on being like, this is something boat shaped, I've found from personal experience that it does not end super well. So I've been going back to the drawing board a little bit to try and get some better shaping ideas for boats, and I feel like it's helped me a lot with my ability to just wing it and make a boat too. We're done. Almost. We're getting there. I appreciate y'all tuning in for stream today. Streams were super quiet last week, and it kind of got me down. Not that it's any of y'all's fault or anything like that, but it's nice to be back in the normal viewer numbers on streams again. So thank you everybody for tuning in today. Streams aren't meant to hold your attention. True, we vibe. This is a place if you want to... I always treat my streams as... Mostly with how I like to watch streams. There's only one stream I will ever, like, be only watching the stream. And that is when the new World of Warcraft expansions come out. And they're doing like, there's the guilds are just racing to be the first guild in the world to kill the final boss. And I will only... That's the only stream I will ever just watch stream and not be doing something else. So I feel like I very much gear my streams to being that exact same style of content. I absolutely love to create a place where people want to hang and be in here and have a good time and all that. But also, I want to create a stream that I would listen to. And I tend to listen to streams, so there's just kind of not anything super hyper crazy going on for it. But there's a good vibe and a conversation to listen to. That's the only thing I want out of a stream that I watch, is having a good conversation to listen in on and being able to kind of just tune in and tune out. Like, I don't have to be watching every little second in order to get all of the details, or I'm like missed everything. You are the coworkers chatting around me when I get home from work. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. How are we doing, Megsy? No, dude, we got at least another 30 minutes of digging here. That will be a lot quicker, thankfully, because there's not as big of a space to... Oh, I missed one. We'll get it after. That's a big time saver right there. Look at that. That's all getting covered. That's done. Look at me, less blocks we got. Wham. I really like how this mountain turned out in the creative copy. I'm super excited to have this in the game. Amazing how much older the building community is. Instead of like the PvP communities and whatnot. I think it's also based off of like where the community is coming together from, because I think there is a really big building community of younger kids. Like I know a few kids who are a lot younger than what I would typically associate with somebody in my audience that are really talented builders. But then you also have a lot of the younger kids nowadays, especially. My old man take is definitely true with like my generation as well, but I think it's only getting more extreme with the current like forms of content that we have out there. But everybody just wants like a result, and so a lot of that time, extra energy and time putting into designing a build is not an instant gratification result. So I think a lot of the younger building community tends to stay in the realm of tutorial videos, whereas the older builder community tends to go more towards the types of content that are like just seeing people make cool builds that will inspire them. Unless you're like a Hermitcraft or something, which has a very, very young audience. But for the most part, I feel like Hermitcraft has a young audience because of a lot of the longtime Hermitcraft fans are now having kids, and then their kids are getting into Hermitcraft, or parents have become fans of Hermitcraft along the way, and they know it's a family-friendly space for most of the creators on there, and so then they get their kids in, and then their kids get obsessed. Like I feel like that's a big part of it, and then they tell their friends, and then it grows from there. Versus kind of just naturally trying to grow solo without that big extra backing. Almost 2K viewers? Yeah, look at us go. We're back in the algorithm. Last week, we were not in the algorithm. That's for sure. I think Friday's stream at like 600 viewers. I was like, what the heck happened? Where'd all my people go? Am I washed up? Don't laugh at that. Stupid happy ass. Honestly, I think just a lot of the younger generation doesn't have the patience to build. I also think Minecraft is unfortunately falling off a little bit with the younger generation. I was chatting with somebody recently, and they said they played Minecraft to some like a family member's kid, and they're to try and like, you know, be like, hey, what do? Do you play Minecraft? I'd love to play Minecraft. And the kid, who was in like 3rd grade or something, said, ew, Minecraft? That's a game for adults. We play Roblox now. So apparently Minecraft has been deemed as an adult's game. Which is funny when you think about it, because Roblox came out before Minecraft. But here we are. Also, Roblox is a great game for kids when the entire purpose of Roblox is to get kids to spend their parents' money. That's a great purpose to have the most successful kids game right now when the entire thing is a credit card swipe simulator. Very, very good for a kids game. Oh, dude, how is Roblox still so popular? I don't get it, man. Those need to be replaced. I'll fix those later. We'll fix up that shoreline when we get mud. I don't want to deal with it right now. Okay, there's all this down here done. Hey, welcome on back, May. How we doing? I missed all of this earlier. I gotta really figure out how to fix those. Fellowship time? Like 30 minutes, then yes. Is there a queue to log in? Well, I'll be on Fellowship after I wrap up stream. I got 2 more chunks to dig down. Hopefully I'm not gonna run out of pickaxes. Take that. Put that back in there. I gotta dig. Yeah, we got this, and we got that, and we got that. Okay, so we got a little bit of digging to do still. This is a lot. But thankfully, a lot of this is just mindless, where the previous stuff was very carve as we go. The irony of Roblox being classed as a kid's game. Yeah, it's... The kiddies love to spend money on Roblox. To be fair, though, also, like, how is Roblox, like, still even, like, parents considering a kid's game? That's what I'm, like, more curious about. Is, like, do parents even know the games that are on Roblox? Like, has that part just been, like, completely off? Ooh, a 5,000 queue to get in? Oh, gross. Okay, I'll get in queue and Fellowship in a bit. I think it might cut my stream, though. I don't want it to cause lag. I'll jump in queue and then I'll go get lunch or something. That's how we can do it. Parents do not know. Dude, the fact that there is a, I believe the game is called Escape from Diddy, I heard was one of the most popular games on Roblox. And the kiddos love to play the Diddy Escape Simulator. That's, any parents out there whose kids play Roblox? Did you all know that that was a game on Roblox? Yeah, that's one of the most popular games on the platform. For those who are not aware. We're not going to get into talking about Diddy, but just the fact of talking about that game does exist on Roblox is pretty insane. That actually makes me sick. Yeah, it's pretty gross. Pretty gross that there was a company that made that as a video game. in Roblox, and Roblox approved it, and actually is actively advertising it when you're like looking for games to play. It's under their like most popular, like, come play this one, check it out, everybody's playing it titles. So yeah. When I was a kid, there was a Michael Jackson Flash game. Yeah. No, I remember those Flash games were, the internet was a wild west when we were kids. Like, if you were jumping on the internet in like 2005, the internet was a wild west, dude. You could find a lot of things on there that you should not be seeing. For me at the time when I was 9. The internet is a little bit better nowadays, but like still there's you can find the stuff, but like yeah, back in the day there was some rough things. Even on YouTube, like directly on YouTube, you could find some disgusting things. But no, we don't need to start listing those off, just for a warning for people in chat. I was a teen when Omegle came out. Ooh, yeah, I never got on the Omegle train. That one always, to me, I was like, I don't want to talk to strangers. Ew. Like, what would I even talk about? I don't want to talk to people. I just want to play Age of Empires 2 and Warcraft 3. Internet of old did have great tower defense games. Oh, dude, tower defense games. I so wish we still had some good ones, dude. I loved a good tower defense. There's that old Flash game that was, you would like age up through, you would like play against a computer and you would just literally just age up from like cavemen all the way up to like super mechs and things, Age of War or something, like just a stupid little Flash game. And you had like 3 units you could spend, and it was all about like balancing your economy. If you could save up enough to upgrade faster, and then like you could only get money from like killing something on the other team. I just, until you get like passive income later, and dude, I love that. Whatever, I feel like it was Age of War, I don't remember, but that was a good one. I was a big strategy game kid. I really loved strategy games as a kid. Even now, I'm still down for a good strategy game. Not many people really play strategy games anymore, though, so when you get into them, you only get the people who are like super sweaty, or you get people who have absolutely no idea how to play. And like that, I don't know, not the most fun either way. Like, I used to play StarCraft 2 a ton, like a lot, and I was pretty high Master League as a StarCraft 2 player. Like, I was pretty competitive, and now I get in and I'm like, dude, I'm Silver League at best. And I still would say I'm pretty good. I still, like, I know what I'm doing. I know a lot of the build orders. I know a lot of how the units work and all that stuff. And then I'm like, but the level of play has gone up drastically, that it is so much more competitive now. Just because there's less people doing it and they're all just playing hard. That, get out of here. This whole chunk can just come down. I don't need to even think about any of this. We're gonna stop dropping all of our materials back, just save the minute here and there. Any tips to get an idea on what to build? Find a way to grow the project that you're doing right now is usually what I would say. Like whatever the theme of your base is, like are you making a medieval town? Then okay, maybe you think about like who lives in the town, what do they do, how do they eat food, are they farmers, are they ranchers, do they go foraging, do they pick berries and mushrooms from the forest, and do they have a logging area for lumber mill to build the houses? You can go that route, you can do all that type of stuff. Or are you like a futuristic cyberpunky or even just like space age city? And tell how is the city powered? Is there a massive reactor? Is there like some crazy mineral that they're mining out of the ground that they're using to power everything? Trying to tell the story of like how whatever your base you're building exists, I think is a really cool way to go. If you're building a super massive palace castle for yourself, same stuff applies. Like you don't need the whole castle for yourself. You're definitely probably gonna add like a guard barracks or something somewhere of like, here's where the castle guard would live. Okay, so if the castle guard live there, then you're probably going to need a place in the castle for people who work in the castle to, like, the chefs, the cooks, the I don't know, maids, butlers, whatever, that type of stuff. Like, where do they all live and work and operate and do everything, blah, 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 blah. And then also then you can get into the realm of, okay, where do they get their food from? Where do they go to have fun? Is there a tavern? Is there a big mess hall? Is there a blah, 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 I don't know, big storage area to hide all your riches away? Start thinking about that type of stuff. And then once you have an idea of what you want to do, but you're like, I don't know how to execute on it, then go look for references of things that can kind of point you in the right direction. That's what I would say. Oh my god, did somebody bring up Neopets? Oh god. I was a big, what was it, Avalon? No, what was it? Where you could make your little village, like the OG, like before Clash of Clans, and like the Forge of Empires, whatever type games came out. Was that Avalon? I feel like it, maybe, I don't know. I was big into that. That was mine over Neopets more so. Just freed 45 gigs of storage from my old vanilla launchers folder. Yeah, it gets pretty crazy in there if you keep all your old screenshots and everything. My Minecraft folder, I think, is over 300 gigs. I really need to go through and clean it. There's so many old backups that I could delete that I don't need anymore. What are you doing? Breaking blocks? What are you doing? You ever discuss Hermitcraft? Have you heard the idea about a large storage plan they had mentioned? How would you do it? Do you think Empires would ever be back? I have not heard anything about the Hermitcraft. Are they talking about doing like a joint storage where they share everything? Is that the idea? Sounds kind of cool. I think on a server like Hermitcraft, that could function well. I think on an average SMP server, that's gonna not function well. I think everybody on Hermitcraft has a good balance where they kind of share materials back and forth all the time and they're a-okay with it. Or they have places where they can say, do not touch what is in this room. But if you were to have like a giant generalized storage on an SMP server, from my personal experience of being on a few servers where I've shared storage rooms with people, that usually results in one person being the material farmer, getting everything built up, ready to go for their next project that they need to do, logging off for the night to come back the next day to get building, and you wake up in the morning and one of the double chests that you had gathered of spruce logs is suddenly empty because person 2 on your team decided that they wanted to build something and they needed spruce logs, and they saw them in the joint storage, so they took them and used them on their project without checking of why there was randomly a double chest of spruce logs when there wasn't the day before. So that type of stuff tends to happen. So I think massive giant servers that share everything, typically I would say, yeah, that's a big red flag of somebody's gonna get used, and the other somebody's gonna benefit a lot. Other people are gonna get used a lot. Unless you have somebody who literally loves to just come on and dig, or mine blocks, or gather things, or they're the redstoner who just wants to supply for everybody else. Like, you can have that type of person whose entire goal is to keep the chests filled, which that can be fun if you like that playstyle. But yeah, I don't know. I know nothing about what's going on in Hermitcraft. I tend to not follow it too much, unless a friend tells me something about what's going on over there. I don't know. I've fallen off the Hermitcraft train big time. I like a lot of my friends who are on the server. They're all absolutely lovely people, but I just don't find myself watching it anymore. I've kind of outgrown it, I think. And I think a big portion of that is the super fans of the Hermitcraft side, I think, are lovely people, but can also be very, very annoying for content creators who are not actively on Hermitcraft. When you think about it, in this live stream here already today, in the last 2.5 hours, I've probably been asked 20 to 30 times by different people, am I going to join Hermitcraft Season 11? Or what do you think of Hermitcraft, or stuff like that. And this isn't me calling any of y'all out, but it does get to be a lot, and after a while you're like, I just don't really want to hear that anymore. Like, I would rather hear questions about what I'm doing and like what I got going on over here, not, hey, your stuff's cool, can you go do this instead? Because that's kind of what it comes across as after a while. So yeah, that's kind of where I tend to land on the Hermitcraft stuff. If I just don't follow it anymore, I keep pretty removed from it. I'll maybe see what like some friends are up to with the bases they're making or something like that, just because I'm curious what they're working on. But outside of that, I don't follow it. I don't really watch any of the videos. I stay pretty far removed from all of it, to be honest. Bingo card going strong. Yeah, that's why it's on the bingo card. That's definitely checked off for everybody playing today. You could put a % of the amount of the mountain you've cleared. I think at clearing, we're probably getting close to 50%, because we had a lot of layers at the top that had to come down. And honestly, the section that we picked today is a pretty big section, I think. Emphasis on think. Hope. Let's go with hope. What keyboard do you use? I have a Keychron right now, which is, I really like it. One of my buddies recommended the company to me a while ago. Zadibbles, if he's actually still in here watching. But it's a very modular keyboard company where you kind of buy the base deck and you buy the switches you want, and then you put it together yourself. And so you can customize it however you want. And I got like a bass keyboard, a mechanical keyboard. I'm pretty sure I got the Cherry silent keys on it. And I got the extended board because I like having the numpad on it. And then I got O-rings, which you can put underneath your keycaps to help make them quieter without really changing the whole lot of the feel of it. It does slightly change the feel of clicking your keys, but for me as a content creator, I don't want y'all to hear keyboard clicks every time I'm pressing A or D or something like that, so it was worth it. I got a Corsair Scimitar mouse, still getting used to it, but it's gonna be so useful for Minecraft. Yeah, I like it a lot. I use the 1 through 9 obviously for the hotbar, and then the 10, 11, 12. I have 10. Oh, yeah, I have 11 bound for easy place right now. 10 I had bound to something else, but it looks like the keybind got reset. And then 12 I have bound to just like an auto click macro. That'll just on like a 1 point, like whatever the perfect swing timer is to run redstone farms. Whatever it was for the old raid farm is the frequency I've set to it. And that I like. It's very nice to have those. If you died, would you start a new world ASAP or wait? I would probably take a week or two off. Figure out what I want to do. I don't want to just sorry, squeaky truck going by. My goal with whatever my next series is on this channel, if this series comes to an end, my goal is to create a new survival world that is going to be the full end-all be-all survival world for me. I really have fallen in love with the long-term gameplay, hence why this one is still actively going on. I really love the idea of building a world consistently and going with that. And I think if I were to die in this world, I would want to make sure whatever I'm doing in the next world really comes through to be something that I'm super, super excited about and not just, ah, crap, I need to get a video going live next week. When you have these big digging sessions, doesn't your brain go numb? How do you deal with that? By streaming. Or if I'm not streaming and working on them, I'm usually watching a movie on the side or chatting with some friends in a Discord call or something like that. Oh, I love your video, love your builds, fWhip. I used to watch you all the time. Well, come on in. Ooh, we still got a ways to go down. But we're through the split section, so that's like at least gonna make it a bit easier. I wouldn't be able to face restarting if I lost all this. Yeah, that's kind of, I knew that going in when I chose hardcore though. And also I feel like I've learned so much about how I want to set up a world that I think actually if I were to restart, I think I could honestly get something that from, I mean, granted, ask me a year after whenever that happens, there'd probably be some cringe to the early game builds and whatnot. But I think there's a lot of the OG stuff in this world. Oh wow, we're already full. That I love the builds. They're great for the time that I released them and built them and made them, and they did their purpose. But I also think there's a lot of the initial setup in this world that I would change how I did things if I were to restart. Simply coming down to things like the pathways through here are so skinny and the fields go right into the pathways to the point where there's a few sections in here where you can't get a horse through. And this is supposed to be a main road throughout the world. Like that's supposed to be a main path. And there's at points where it's only 2 blocks wide and a horse can't fit through it because it's at a weird angle. So you have to walk on top of the bushes. And like that type of stuff is stuff where I would like, all right, I've learned that I need to make them wider. I need to do that. And so I think the world would be a lot more accessible for exploration without kind of getting weird quirky bits. I think I could really pull off a lot of that. Best tip for becoming a good builder? Build. I know that's probably not what you wanted to hear, but no, I would say the same that I said earlier is just keep building, keep finding references. Practice building in Minecraft like you would practice developing an art skill, like drawing or painting. You need to master all of the basics, and then you need to learn how to break those rules to get something even better. But like you won't be a good builder from day one. Like you can't draw well if you haven't learned how to draw circles. Like drawing a circle and learning and practicing how to draw a circle is going to make you a better artist in general when it comes to drawing just across the board. So if you can do like take that type of skill progression into your Minecraft building and everything in there and treat it like an art form. Like I even me last year, I was not as good of a builder as I am today. And that's, you can even see that just by looking at the builds that I've made. Like my skill as a builder has grown Oh my god, child. But my skill as a builder is growing constantly. There's new things, new ideas I'm trying out, new things that I'm attempting. Some doesn't work out well, and that's okay. Some works out great, and we love them. But being okay to fail is also a great way to become better at something. Because I think you learn more by failing than you do by succeeding at something. Like, if you fail and you can figure out why you don't like the thing, that as an artist is a much better learning opportunity than going into something and getting it perfect the first time. How did you spawn there? Zombie reinforcement? But if you get it perfect the first time, you didn't learn anything. If you failed, and then you figure out why you don't like it, you guys got me ranting. I broke a pickaxe. No! I haven't broken a pickaxe in so long. Sad day. Was it a good one or was it a boring name? Did it have a name? I don't think it had a name. I think it was just a boring one. Lame. Sucks. Fine. Alright, who oofed me? Who oofed me? Okay, Jinxie. Okay, we still got the flying machine. It was one before flying machine, so it was a dead one. Alright, well, I gotta go use some diamonds, make a new one. Where was the reminder, chat? Come on now. Oh well, we got extras. Bye pickaxe. I wasn't even recording that. Oh no, maybe this replay will work. Okay, we'll see if that worked. Oh, Johnny, it's fine. It happens. What's a mountain dig if you don't break a pickaxe? Go repair them all. Nah, we can finish this without repairing. Repairing the picks takes like 15 minutes. I don't want to do that right now. We got more. I go repair when they're all dead because the experience farm I have is a bit slow to ramp up, but when it's going, it is absurd. So it's easier to just kind of, it has like a minute ramp up time and cooldown time that we just have to sit there for. So it's easier to go in big batches instead of a single tool. Well, I need to go. Gotta go sleep now. Ugh. Nailed it. How's that possible again? Hey, that's only like... That's only 6 netherite pickaxes out of almost 3.9 million blocks mined. I feel like that's pretty good. I mean, hey, Barce broke 3 on a stream last week, so I'm doing pretty good. My question cost you a pickaxe. It's fine. It's not your fault. It's my fault. But I'm gonna blame you all. But it's my fault, but I'm gonna blame all of you. The Broken Town tool sounds something you could use Twitch biddies to buy. That'd be scarier than the creeper sound. I'm pretty sure you can buy it. I think it's under the soundboard. It's fine. No panic. Do you watch any hardcore YouTubers minus yourself? If so, who? Watch the original hardcore series, aka Luke the Notable. I watch Barce. He does hardcore. Outside of that, I don't really watch too many hardcore YouTubers. There's not too many of them doing things right now that I'm really like super interested in, like their content style, I guess. But I like how Barce does stuff. He's chill. Wait a minute or two in this video. I'm busy, you stupid zombie. I'm digging. Yeah, if I don't get to y'all's questions right away, if you just wait a few minutes before repeating, and if you repeat it a few times and I still have missed it, that's I probably just won't get to it. Waxrod was in here earlier. Yeah, Wax is cool, dude. I don't watch his stuff too much, but I really appreciate the vibes he has. But I don't tend to be around too much when he's streaming, or I'm in the middle of a stream or something like that, or I'm just not on my computer. But he definitely is another chill, vibey streamer. If I wasn't broke, I'd buy a membership. Absolutely no pressure ever whatsoever to become a member. Y'all are totally fine to just chill in the stream and have that be your entire experience here. Absolutely no pressure to ever spend money on me. I always do appreciate it, but there is zero pressure to do that. If y'all are just watching the content and even just literally interacting with the streams, and like that's all I can really ask for. Even going above and beyond and clicking the like button or something like that, like I really appreciate that. It's definitely not mandatory. It does help me out a lot, but just purely people being here and watching the streams or watching the videos and like that's enough for me. I really appreciate all the financial support and everything people can do above and beyond, but that's never an expectation. So please never feel bad if you are unable to do that. How many hours do you have in this world? A lot. We're on day 11,409 right now. What's that come out to in hours? Time played. We're almost at 100 days of playtime. So what's that? We're 5 days under. Well, 4.3 days under. 4.31 days under hitting 2,400 hours. So what's that? We're at just about 2,300 hours of gameplay. 1,000 likes? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, fine. I guess I gotta pause it and go give y'all a spoiler. Stupid little gas. Why is he always laughing at me? I don't have a spoiler in game because I haven't finished the schematics for them, but I can show you all a screenshot. How's that? Because I took a screenshot to show somebody else. How's that? This can be y'all's spoiler, okay? Okay, we got it. Cool. All right, let's move on. Let's go. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. There you go. There's your spoiler. This is your spoiler for the day. Okay. You got another 3 seconds to ooh and ah and ooh and ah. Ooh. Okay. Back to digging. We have to dig. I have to go play Fellowship with my friends. I do apologize. I have a video game date with friends. It'll not be working anymore, but I have to finish this digging first. Just kidding. But I do have video games to go play with friends. So I gotta dig because I want to go do that. New forest or old one? New forest, of course. And that is done. This song feels very like old 80s, 90s rock ballad. I feel like something like this definitely could have been at like my 8th grade graduation or something. What kind of microphone do you use for streaming? I have a Shure SM7B. I love it. It is extremely expensive compared to stuff that you can get. Do not buy it if you're just getting started out. You do not need this microphone to be successful as a streamer. It is probably the most common podcast and streamer microphone on the market right now. A lot of content creators have a Shure SM7B or some variation of a Shure product. You do not need it if you are just getting into content creation. It's like a $600 microphone. $400, but then you have to buy a cloud lifter or some sort of a preamp with it because it comes across real quiet, which is like another $150. And then you need an audio interface on top of that, which can go anywhere from like $200 to $500 or even more, depending on how much you want. So like to get the Shure SM7B set up fully is like $1,000. So I do not recommend it to anybody just getting into the content game. I love the mic. It's absolutely awesome. There's also a new one, the 7dB, that I don't think I need a new microphone because I like mine and it sounds good, but I'm kind of tempted. And that's my problem. AI bubble driving up the price of PCs. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't think any more than the crypto mining phenomenons that was happening a while ago where all the GPUs were getting instant sold out and realistic for 300% more expensive. PCs are just expensive in general nowadays. I mean, y'all gotta remember that my job, like literally the only job that I have is content creation. And buying expensive or like nice equipment helps me be able to produce better content. So me spending money on equipment is all a business expense. Because it's all geared towards making me produce better content. It's not just for me to chill in a Discord call with my buddies and sound a little bit better on the microphone or anything like that. Like, it's very much all... There's a purpose behind every single piece of equipment that I buy that I use for content creation. It's not just randomly being like, yeah, I want to go buy this super fancy thing. Some people do. There are definitely a lot of gaming hobbyists that just have the best of the best stuff because they want it. But it is not needed at all. Birthday. Derby Country, welcome on in. County. Derby County. Thanks so much for being here. Happy birthday. Getting through it. We're almost there. Your grandmother's 105th birthday today. Wow. Impressive. There are 2,000 people watching the stream and we just need 60 more likes, people. Let's do it. We're already above 1,000. If you mean for 1,100 likes. But I'm down for 1,100. 1,100 is also a cool number. Oh. Sweepy time! the mountain detailing on the other side of the river planned out yet? As in that one? Yes. Yes, it is. It's actually already in for a schematic too. We did that on stream a while back. It's been a minute. And that one is scaring me. So that's probably going to be the last one that we tackle. Because that guy needs 170,000 snow layers. As in 170,000 snow layers. God dang it, I forgot to unload my inventory again. The spoon's still good, don't worry. See, it's still got 300 durability on it. Thank you for the spoon reminders, though. What would a carpenter have in his workshop? Something for cutting wood, some sort of lift to be able to more easily move wood around because it's pretty heavy. Some project he's working on. Probably an outdoor storage yard of sorts so that he can store some either half-completed stuff or some raw material like some lumber. Depending on the era you're in, he probably has his living area inside of there too, so potentially a kitchen, potentially a little dining room so he can sit. Does he have a family, or do they have a family? Not necessarily he. If so, they need room for the kids. They need their own bedroom. They maybe have like a little. Do they have any hobbies? Are they a painter on the side? Are they just like the perfect artist ever? Maybe they have a little easel set up in the corner. Start thinking about that type of stuff. How do they live their life? What do they do? What do they do on the daily basis when they are not doing carpentry? We're almost done. This is the biggest section that we need to dig down. Like what's like right there. That's like the big. That's also spooky. I don't like that. I'm really glad I didn't fall down there. Rude. That skeleton. So rude. Dang, any mud? Or my mud all go away? I think he blew up my mud. My mud! We'll put new mud back here. I didn't think about the skeleton. I didn't see him. Okay. Your favorite film? I don't know. I'm not a big movie buff. I really don't have a whole lot that I like. I'm like, oh my god, this is the best one ever. I would say like if I'm ever traveling, I feel like my go-to plane film is usually Thor Ragnarok. Like if I just like need something to watch on a plane to get me through a few hours, like I haven't watched it for a while, that's usually the route that I'll go. Outside of that, we've been rewatching the Star Wars films, my wife and I, and that's actually been really fun. That's been fun to watch through them. So we've done 4, and we finished Andor, and then we started We did Rogue One, which is honestly, Rogue One's probably up there with my favorite film. I think Rogue One honestly is probably one of my favorite films. It's such a good film. So we have Rogue One, and we did that, and that was awesome. And then after that, oh, I can get a glass bottle out of here. Fix up the other ones. Then we did 4 and 5, and those were super fun. And now we're gonna go back and do 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna do 6. But Andor season 2, honestly, season 1, 2 was really good. But season 2 of Andor, the first few episodes are a little slow, and no spoilers in here because I don't want to ruin it for people. But oh god, the ending of it is just so impressive. They just, that's like what Star Wars should be. That just so good. But there we go, we got a chunk done. I'm flying. Nerd, can't get me now, burb. Look at that, that's our mountain. It looks so bad with just the cutaway stuff. It looks so much better. That'll look like in the end. Thank you for the bits, Burp. Appreciate you. Also, Rain, thank you so much for coming to member. I think I missed that a while ago. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. For the sadness of what we still have left to do. I think next stream, we tackle just going straight back here. We just tackle all of that, because then we can get a lot of grass out of it. And then we can, if we start just like going back here, and we kind of do like a line that way, we can, like all of that is just coming down to a grass layer. The big chonker is like here over to probably here. Like this box, that's like a 2-streamer. That's a 2-stream box of digging down. Over here it comes back up, and then so that's not as bad, but like from like right about here, that comes back into there, and that like swoops back up, and it comes just into like a rolling hill coming all the way down to the water. So that's a little rough, but we'll get there. We're getting through it. But my friends, that's going to do it for today. Thank you so very much for hanging today. I really do appreciate all the support. Absolutely. Thank you so very much for tuning into the stream. I really do appreciate it. Y'all are absolutely awesome. We will be back.
Pleased to meet you.
On Wednesday with another stream. We got a video coming on Thursday. Sorry, I rolled over my blankie. I can't roll over my blankie. Jinxie, thank you so much for the 19 months. I appreciate you as always. Yeah, so we'll be back on Wednesday with another stream. Probably more digging, seeing where we're going to go and all this stuff. I would love to do a creative stream soon. We haven't done one for so long. I really want to get into one. But the problem is I keep making too many big projects when I play in creative, and I don't actually do them in survival. So now we have to do them all in survival so that we can go back and do that, and it's going to be so fun. Fun. Yeah. Who do we raid over on Twitch? I don't know. Who's live that I know? Chosen live. Let's go raid Chosen over on Twitch. Thank y'all so much for being here, my friends. I'll catch you all on the flip side. Bye-bye.